Hi, welcome to the Dawson County Schools Comprehensive Local Improvement Plan Review and Planning for FY25. This is a presentation we are holding for our Dawson County Stakeholder Group, and it is held on May 9th, 2024 at our local Board of Education office. My name is Denise Reynolds. I am the Director of Federal Programs Assessment and Accountability. At this time, would you take a moment to please sign in that you are viewing or participating in this stakeholder feedback meeting. Our agenda will include a definition of what is the CLIP, an overview of all federal programs, state programs, and strategic plan initiatives. So what is the CLIP? The CLIP is the Consolidated LEA Improvement Plan, which is a form that allows our school district to submit all the required documentation that we need to submit in order for receipt of federal funding grants, all in one application. This shows how we will use our funds and how we will support our students when we accept these funds under the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965 as amended by Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015. It also contributes and helps align to our review process to look at our strengths and weaknesses and areas of need as we move forward with district-wide planning. This includes setting action goals and action steps and goals based on the data that we receive and aligning it with our 5-year strategic plan. Federal programs. In the United States, it is defined as any program, project, service, or activity provided by the federal government that directly assists or benefits the American public in the areas of education, health, public safety, public welfare, and public works, among others. The first federal program we will review will be Title I, Part A, Improving the Academic Achievement of the Disadvantaged. The purpose of this grant is to ensure that all children have an opportunity to obtain a high-quality education that is fair, that is equal, and significant. Here you will see our Title I, Part A budget. A total of $608,823 is allocated to this grant, with $33,270 transferred in from another grant, our Title IIA grant. As you can see, the majority of the funds in our Title I Part A budget are included for instructional services. Most of our funds are utilized to pay for salaries and benefits of some teachers under just instruction, and also for instructional coaches who are in our buildings, our instructional technology coaches who help provide professional learning for the teachers in our building to help serve the students and build capacity among the staff. Here you will see the Title I Part A budget, $608,823, with $33,270 of that amount being transferred in from the Title IIA budget to the Title I Part A budget. The majority of the funding for this particular grant is utilized to pay for salaries and benefits for teachers and for instructional staff, including the 4 elementary instructional technology coaches in each elementary school. Additional funds are utilized for parent events and parent support, as well as pupil services and general administration and improvement of instructional services with teacher and student supplies. The Title IIA grant is for supporting effective instruction. The purpose of this grant is to increase academic achievement by improving teacher quality and principal leadership quality. As you can see, our Title A budget was for $126,841. We transferred, like I said earlier, around $33,000 to Title IA, and the remainder of those funds are spent on mentoring teachers and providing stipends to lead teachers who are supporting our staff in multiple programs throughout the district, such as ESOL lead teachers, positive behavior intervention support leads in the building, as well as gifted lead teachers. We also receive another grant called the Title III Part A English Learner Grant. This grant is given above and beyond the ESOL services that we receive through the state funding. This is federal funding that will be supplemental. It is help for our English learners and our immigrant students to make sure that they attain English proficiency and develop high levels of academic achievement in English. We provide supplemental services and activities to these teachers and their students and families beyond the basic obligations that are required by utilizing these funds. Our budget for FY24 was $23,139. Some of the things that we purchased with these funds include supplemental instructional materials such as English 3D, picture and word-to-word dictionaries. We have included parent engagement activity supplies, parent homework dictionaries. We have professional development among our teachers and our ESOL leads, Lexia English license for our newcomer group, bilingual student take-home books, and administrative supplies and teacher and staff professional learning as well. Title IIIA also includes an immigrant grant. We receive both the English learner and the immigrant grant because we have qualified with enough identified students in our district. This year, for our FY24 budget, we have $3,847. This budget is based off immigrant students that are classified as immigrant in our district, who are not born in the United States of America or Puerto Rico, who are within the ages of 3 and 21, and who have not been in a U.S. school for more than 3 years or for a total of 36 months. With this budget, we have included family literacy, parent and family outreach services and training activities designed to assist parents and families to become active participants in the education of their children. We've purchased supplies for parent events, and we have also purchased additional Lexia English license for our newcomers. Currently, we do not receive any funds for Title I Part C Migrant Education Program. But we do include this in the Title I. We monitor this monthly with the department to make sure that we are staying on top of those migrant students if they happen to come into our district. But currently we do not have any students who would qualify for the migrant funding. Title IV Part A grant is for student support and academic enrichment. The purpose of this grant is to improve student academic achievement by increasing the capacity of states, LEAs, schools, and local communities to provide access to well-rounded education, to improve school conditions for student learning, and to improve the use of technology in order to improve the academic achievement in digital literacy. The Title IV grant included $53,132 for FY24, and these are the areas that the money was focused on for this year: safe and healthy and well-rounded. Many of these funds are used to support a lot of our character education programs and also programs in our district, such as suicide prevention, including things like signs of suicide that we use in some of our schools. One additional grant we received for Riverview Elementary this year was the Title I School Improvement and Success Grant. This grant was a targeted support and improvement grant that was provided by the Georgia Department of Education to assist low-performing students with disabilities and Hispanic students at Riverview Elementary. This grant was based off the results of the 21-22 CCRPI data under the readiness component. Through the district plan of support, we have worked to increase the percentage of students reading on or above grade level, to increase the percentage of students scoring proficient or above in math, and provide cycles of collaboration with the school central office, state, and recess specialists. Some of the initiatives that we have included through the use of this grant is to provide summer extended learning opportunities for the identified students. We provided supplemental salaries, benefits, instructional support staff, teacher and student supplies, some books, some level literacy kits, summer stipends, registrations, travel for professional learning communities to a conference in Atlanta, as well as supporting literacy. Riverview did exit this list in 2023, so this grant is coming to an end. The Title IX Part A grant is our McKinney-Vento Education for Homeless Children and Youth grant. Subtitle 7B of the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, which defines homeless as the following. The term homeless children and youths are individuals who lack a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. B includes unaccompanied youth, a homeless child or youth not in the physical custody of a parent or guardian. B does include children and youths who are sharing the housing of other persons due to loss of housing, economic hardship, or a similar reason, are living in motels, hotels, trailer parks, or camping grounds due to the lack of alternative adequate accommodations, who are living in emergency or transitional shelters, or are abandoned in hospitals. Also, children and youths who are living in cars, parks, public spaces, abandoned buildings, substandard housing, bus or train stations, or similar settings. MKV status is determined each school year. So what are the rights of the children under this grant who are identified under McKinney-Vento? The rights for the students are to receive a free, appropriate public education, to be enrolled in school immediately, even when lacking documentation normally required, to be enrolled in the local school or continue attending their school of origin, which meets the best interests of the child, to receive transportation to and from their school of origin if requested and available, to receive educational services comparable to those provided to other students according to the child's needs. Here are a few visuals of how the homeless liaison in our district supports McKinney-Vento students. Going into a little bit more detail, the homeless liaison can support McKinney-Vento students by providing school supplies for the school year, providing clothes, shoes, socks, and underwear to attend school in person, toiletries, before and after school tutoring, helping support the payment of field trips and class dues, educational summer camps such as Camp Invention or 4-H camp, after school care through the YMCA, technology fees are waived. The liaison can also help pay for test-taking fees such as SAT, PSAT, arrange for available out-of-district support of transportation, pay for graduation fees, arrange for free breakfast lunch, sign up students for the weekend backpack program, provide wireless Kajit fobs to access the internet at home, pay for health and dental services, and pay for school insurance. The Individuals with Disabilities Act is a law that ensures a free and appropriate education for eligible students with disabilities, and it also ensures special education and related services for those students, which would include evaluations and eligibilities through the Department of Exceptional Children. Dr. Todd Langley has provided his contact information here if you have any questions. Here are 5 reasons for completing the free and reduced application. Number 1, it increases funding to support student education. The percent of students receiving free and reduced lunches is what helps determine the amount of funding we get in our Title I grant. It also helps to provide additional funding for technology and internet access. So they look at our percentages there as well and base that extra support off of those numbers. There are discounts for fees associated with college application processes and discounts fees for SAT, ACT, AP tests, scholarship opportunities, and also provides free or reduced meal prices for healthy, nutritious student meals for our students who need this additional support. Here's our most recent monthly free and reduced report for Dawson County Schools, and as you can see, we are as a district at 56% of students receiving free and reduced lunch. Now we will give you a little information about our ESSER funds and an overview for Dawson County Schools. So what is ESSER? ESSER stands for Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Funds. These funds are intended to address the impact of COVID-19 pandemic and what it had and continues to have on our elementary and secondary schools. As you can see, we are now in our third wave of these funds. We're under the American Rescue Plan currently. These funds will expire in September of 2024. We started receiving these and had to expend them by certain times throughout the timeline in September of 2022 and September of 2023 and now in September 2024. These are very similarly expended across the board, including such things as recovery, learning loss, enrichment, and mental health support for our students. So what were the requirements of ESSER 3? First, the LEA had to have a use of the funds planned. We posted that to the district website and it had to be approved, and at least 20% would be allocated for learning loss. The plan is fluid and could change based on feedback and need. So then in 21-22, the return to school plan, we had to post that to the district website as well, and it can be revised as needed based on COVID-19 commonly spread data. And then number 3, there was an ongoing revision of the plan due to stakeholder input. Survey was posted to the website. The governance team provided feedback, and stakeholder meetings also provided additional feedback. We had the comprehensive needs assessment, end of year survey results, and student achievement data to help determine how this money would be expended. So the use of funds for ESSER 3 included academic supports, social emotional supports, health and safety, reopening, and continuity of services. This is a supplemental review of the ESSER 3 funds: extended summer school, summer SOAR at DCMS, and the 812 programs, academic supplemental resources, that would include digital and print resources, instructional coaches, SEL supports, retention pay for staff and teachers, and additional support staff such as high school transition specialists and an additional school social worker. Until the funds are expended, and that would be in September of 24, the district will continue to monitor, evaluate, and update the plan based off stakeholder feedback and the comprehensive needs assessment throughout the funding period, at least every 6 months. So we're winding down into the last 6 months of the grant. You may visit the district website and complete the feedback survey if you have additional feedback for us. Your input will help the district understand your priorities that you feel that we need to address for our students. More information to come. If you need any additional insight, Dr. Darnell would be your contact person for this grant. Here you will find a place on our Dawson County website where you can go provide stakeholder feedback for us as we create our district parent engagement plan, which is a requirement of our Title I funding. If you'll go to departments and then drop down to student services into Title I, you can see our parent engagement plan and also a place where you can provide feedback. Additionally, you can provide feedback on the main page, as you can see in the photo of the screenshot of the Dawson County School website. There is an icon right here where the arrow is that it says contact us. So you are more than welcome to provide additional feedback there, and someone will return a call if needed, or you may just provide the feedback. Now a little bit about our state programs. ESOL is a state-funded program for English learners to help bridge their language deficit and help increase their language proficiency through the instruction in each school. We follow statewide standardized EL entrance and exit procedures. We make sure that our staff are all trained in order to prepare and instruct these students as they acquire the English language. We schedule ESOL segments in each building accordingly and develop and implement EL plans and testing participation. Committees help determine accommodations to give these students equitable access or equal access to assessments and classroom instruction. We do an annual assessment to identify the English learners, and they are monitored as they are exited in year 1 and year 2. And also we communicate with parents in a language that they understand to help them support their children at home as well. Early Intervention Program, EIP, is for students in grade kindergarten through 5th grade. If they meet the services of 2 or more of the criteria set forth by the State Department of Education. It's to serve students who are at risk of not reaching or maintaining academic grade level performance. Through this program, students may receive additional instructional resources and also additional instruction in the areas of such content as reading and or math. There are various models that are used in each school, which may vary from school to school. The remedial education program is very similar to that of the EIP program, except it is for students who are in grades 6 through 12 and have identified deficits in reading, writing, or math. This program gives basic skills and individualized instruction to these students in those particular areas. And it also is part of the multi-tiered system of supports to help support students in academic and behaviors as they are moving toward attaining academic expectations per grade level. The Gifted Program is a program that serves students who are qualified under specific criteria of meeting the expectations to be in the program. Different models are implemented throughout our district dependent upon schools, which are approved by the State Department of Education. Dawson County currently serves 291 students in the Gifted Program, which is 7% of our current population. And the goal is to continue to serve no less than 417 or 10% in the future. Strategic Plan Initiatives. Our strategic plan is currently through year 2025, and the following slides give some insight into the initiatives that we have implemented currently. Student performance and growth. The 3 main buckets would be to improve rigor for all students, to increase student mastery of the curriculum, and to increase college and career awareness. Culture and climate. In this area, we are focused on improving social emotional learning, improving positive and behavior and supports, and improving stakeholder engagement. Learning and growth. To acquire highly qualified and talented people for every position, to train, coach highly qualified and talented people for every position, and to retain highly qualified and talented people for every position. Operational excellence. To ensure effective and efficient operational processes, to ensure effective and efficient financial practices, to ensure preparedness for growth, and to ensure processes and procedures that focus on safe and secure environments. Thank you so much for your time and for visiting us. And if you have any questions or would like to provide any additional feedback, please do so. Make sure that you have signed in on the second slide to let us know that you had an opportunity to view our review of the FY24 items and moving forward to offering feedback for FY25. The last slide following this gives contact information for multiple departments. Please feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions or concerns regarding any of the content delivered today. Thank you. Contact information. Thank you.